Bijan Robinson is Himothy. And that is something that I need to think we need to be considering, that Bijan Robinson in the first round, elite level running back upside. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, trying to get to 500 subscribers. So let's go. So when we're diving into Bijan Robinson, it's pretty simple to me. A lot of people are saying, Caleb, I don't like to draft rookie running backs. I know he was drafted super high, but what makes you all in on Bijan Robinson this season? And the thing that makes me in on Bijan Robinson is just his crazy athletic profile, his crazy production in college, and the fact that this man got top 10 draft capital, not just top 10, he got drafted 7th overall in the NFL draft. And when you get a guy, a running back, when people are saying the running back position is dead, we're not seeing bell cows come out. People are saying invest later in running backs. You don't need a running back to win a Super Bowl. The Atlanta Falcons went out and drafted the best running back available on a team that doesn't have an elite level quarterback. So all of a sudden, you're coming in here and you're looking at Bijan Robinson and you're saying, how can this man produce better than CMC? How can this man produce better than Austin Eckler? And then I think the question becomes, are you taking Nick Chubb? Are you taking Saquon Barkley over Bijan Robinson? I would like you to know, haven't put out my official running back rankings yet, but Bijan Robinson is my RB2 for this fantasy football season. And to be honest, I'm getting to the point where I might be willing to take Bijan Robinson right after CMC. We're talking 104. He's getting up into that range for me because of the legendary upside that this man possesses, plus his amazing athletic profile. So I know he hasn't produced a single season in the NFL. So we're going to have to look at his college statistics. And I know college stats, you can't always base that and say, yep, he's going to do this in the NFL. And that's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying about Bijan Robinson is if we take into account his versatile target share, his receptions, his total rushing yards, and we look at his efficiency metrics, 12 games, 258 rushing attempts, 1,500 yards, 20 total touchdowns this last season, with 19 receptions at 20 years old, entering the league at 21, amazing burst, amazing vision. And you guys have all seen this preseason clip. I'll put this preseason clip right here. I mean, first rushing attempt, look at that contact balance, look at that burst. If that guy gets 225 to 250 carries, plus can tack on 60 receptions this season, you're not telling me that Bijan Robinson could be an absolute league winner for you in the first round. Now, we did just talk about this in the video yesterday when we're talking about guys with legendary upside, is that when you have a running back like Bijan Robinson, like the hit rates for running backs in the first round, it's super low. And the hit rates for running backs, when you have to be on the clock and you have to suck in your stomach and you have to pick a running back, you know how risky it is because of how this position has played out year after year after year. Where in the first round, we're talking about like a 40% bust rate, a 45% bust rate for running backs in the first round. And that's based on the fact that a lot more running backs have been going the last few seasons compared to even this year. So when you're staring down the gun of Bijan Robinson, it does take a little bit of balls for you to make that pick. But the thing that I do like about Bijan Robinson is not only does he have a mustard named after him, but he just joined the team that rushed the ball the second most times last season, has a top 3 offensive line, and has a coach that has coached an elite level running back in Derrick Henry before with Arthur Smith when he was in Tennessee, coached Derrick Henry. Now he's coaching Bijan Robinson and selects him in the top 10 picks. All of a sudden, we look at Bijan Robinson, we look at his scenario. He's got Kyle Pitts, he's got Drake London, they have Desmond Ridder. They're going to be better passing attempt team than last season, just based on the fact that Marcus Mariota absolutely sucked. And even if the boxes are a little stacked, you have such a good offensive line that I am not worried for Bijan Robinson at all. And add in the fact that Desmond Ridder, he's not a super athletic. I think he could be a competent NFL quarterback, but we haven't seen it yet. But what is the best thing for a young quarterback? It's going to be this tight end and his running back in the backfield, and having a guy that you could dump the ball off to, like Bijan Robinson, who has already proven that he can get elite level receptions out of the backfield. There's other arguments to be made of Caleb. Bijan Robinson hasn't been announced as a starter. Tyler Algier put up 1,000+ yards. I think that's the greatest thing. Tyler Algier was a nobody last season, came out of nowhere and absolutely put on quality fantasy football production on a terrible offensive team. Drake London, Kyle Pitts back. You add in Bijan Robinson, who's a way more talented running back than Tyler Algier, just based on the profile, based on his overall production in college. And all of a sudden, we're saying to ourselves, I think I could see it for Bijan Robinson. Now, if we look back on a few previous seasons, if you're not into drafting rookie running backs, the one thing I will say to you is there has been quality rookie fantasy football production in past years. A lot of these rookie running backs, it takes them a little bit to get started out of the gate. Like I'm not banking on Jahmyr Gibbs putting up the same type of start as Bijan Robinson just based on a situation. But Bijan Robinson will be named the starter by week 1. He's going to pass Tyler Algier. He's going to pass, I know he was like 3rd on the depth chart. That's not going to happen. And when we look at previous seasons, like Saquon Barkley, nearest comparable running back, drafted top 5, kind of similar to Bijan Robinson's territory. All of a sudden, we saw Saquon Barkley. He was putting up like a RB2 fantasy points per game season in his rookie season. We then move back to when Zeke first joined the league. Zeke absolutely lit the world on fire. And the thing is, you're able to get great value where you could be talking about Bijan Robinson. I feel like we in the fantasy football space have gotten a little bit smarter, so we know we can't push Bijan Robinson to the back end of the first, early second. Like, that's just crazy value. So yes, you're going to have to draft Bijan Robinson at 106, 107, 108. But when you do that to your team, you will be able to supplant your roster later on down the line. So I absolutely love the legendary upside of Bijan Robinson. I believe he's him, and I think you should too. So let me know, what do you think of Bijan Robinson down below? I'm sure you might think he's a little bit rich, but trust me, if you're in a few leagues, draft Bijan Robinson, get some exposure, because I believe he's absolutely about to pop off in fantasy football for 2023. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're putting out a video a day at this point. Appreciate you guys being here. Want you to join the live streams, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.